Good evening, students. I am Ms. Vandana Pai. In today's lecture of the subject Management of Industrial Studies, we will be studying the factors of industrial relations. Okay. Now, just recall what is industrial relations. Industrial relations is the relations between employer-employee and government. Okay. Whenever we consider any industry, why the relations between employer and employee, it should be always positive ones, cooperative ones, sound ones. Okay, see, whenever merely we think on this, why the relations between the employer and employee, it should be good. See, why it should be good? Yes, see, organization. Okay, organization, why it is started or why organization is founded or initiated. The motive behind the organization's initiation itself is to have to attain some of the goals, some of the aims, some of the objectives which the organization has laid down, right? Okay, so whenever we consider any industry, okay, the relationship between some of the actors, okay, it is very important. Okay, see, actors, what is actors? Okay, actors here means, okay, some of the key elements which are important from your organization's viewpoint. Okay, see, merely the industrial relations, it does have, okay, three types of actors. Okay, three actors or three key people, key personnel. Okay, not actually personnel. Okay, three key elements are very important whenever we consider industrial relations. Who are these three key elements? Okay, first one is employee, second one is employer, and third one is government. Okay, see, whenever we consider employee, okay, see, till now we have gone through the concept of employee. Okay, oftenly we do use the word employee. Okay, who is employee? Yes, employee is a person who works with you, right? Okay, employee is a person who works with you or who works into your organization or into your business. Is it? Okay, now why does this person works with you? Yes, he has certain individual goals. Okay, might be the satisfaction of his individual needs. Okay, to satisfy his individual need, okay, he might have approached your employment. Okay, or he might have fetched your employment opportunity, right? Okay, to satisfy his individual needs. Okay, for example, okay, see, we do know about the fundamental needs of any person, that is basic needs. What is the basic need? Okay, the basic need means food, clothing, and shelter, right? These are the three basic needs. For satisfying this individual need, he might have approached your organization, right? Further, whenever we consider this employee, okay, employee, who is employee? Yes, a person who has approached you or who is working with you or into your organization. Yes, okay, employee, why he has approached you, why he is approaching your organization, why he is working with you? Yes, he does has certain individual needs. To satisfy this individual need, he has approached your organization. Getting it? Okay, then now further, does this person approaches your organization only to satisfy individual needs or the fundamental needs? No. Further, he might have some of the aims. Okay, he might be having an aim to advance his career, to develop his career. Is it? Or related things. For example, he want to upgrade his standard of living, so he might be working with you. Is it? Now, whenever this person approaches your organization, okay, with the remuneration. Okay, remuneration, what is the term remuneration? See, remuneration term, it is oftenly used into the terms of human resource management, right? Remuneration means just the pay which you offer that person, this employee. Is it? The remuneration which you offer to this or the compensation or the pay which you offer to this person because he is working with you or he is completing his task, right? So whenever we consider this employee is a person who works with you, right? Who works into your organization. Such type of person is called as employee. Okay, a person employed for wages or salary, especially at non-executive level. Okay, so employee is a term for workers and managers working for a company. Okay, these people, they do work for company, organization or community as a whole. Okay, these people are the staff of the organization, right? Okay, these people they are staff of the organization. In general, any person who is hired by an employer to do a particular job in exchange for payment is an employee. But there are different kinds of employees, right? Okay, what are the types of employees? Yes, there are 4 types of employee actually. Okay, but it is not a part of our studies. So more specifically, if an individual employs is if an individual is employed or works with you, it may be that person may be called as employee of your organization. That is the staff members of your organization, they are employee. Okay, then who is employer? Okay, see, we are studying the 3 actors of industrial relations. Okay, first we have discussed employees, right? Then the employers. Okay, who are the employers? Yes, employers might be the organization itself, the institution, the entity, the agency, the company who hires individuals, who employs individuals or put the individuals to work. Okay, means employer might be person or artificial person who ask the individual to work. Okay, such type of artificial or natural person is called as employer. Now what is the role of employer into your industry? Yes, the first thing, recruitment, selection, is it? Okay, now only selecting or only recruiting or only asking the workmen to work, is this sufficient? No. Okay, when we consider the organization, okay, only asking the employee to complete the task whichever is allotted to them, it is not enough, is it? See, if you are asking somebody to work for you, yes, what you are required to do, you are required to pay the compensation, you are required to pay the remuneration for it, is it? Okay, so such kind of person may be artificial or natural person like you and me. Okay, that person might be called as employer if he puts individual to work. Okay, now what is the moral duty of the employer? Okay, if he asks somebody to complete the task, to work for him, for the organization, yes, they are required to pay the amount of compensation, is it? So the role of employer overall into the industry is that, okay, to employ, to make individuals to complete a task, to make individuals to work. Okay, such efforts are done by whom? By the employer. Okay, then the third party or the third actor, the third element towards the industrial relation is government. Okay, government, we know, the regulatory body, okay, whose absence and presence does matter for the successful running of any industry or anything which is into the nation, is it? So whenever we consider government, okay, what is government? Okay, oftenly we do use the words state government, central government. What is government actually, and how it is the third actor into the industrial relations? Let's see. Okay, government, see, if we merely see the dictionary meaning of government, government means, yes, the form or system of rule by which a state, a community is governed. Okay, means the role of government is to give direction, to maintain control, to have management, and also to regulate. See, everything should happen smoothly. Okay, this thought is exercised by the government. Okay, so government is necessary for the existence of civilized society, right? Okay, so the direction, control, actions over the members, okay, or to have a control over the members, citizens, or society itself is the role of government. So government is a regulatory or controlling body, okay, who usually directs, controls, manages, and rules the society so that, okay, the code of conduct will be maintained into the society, is it? So whenever we consider industrial relation, so whenever we consider industrial relations, what is important? Yes, it is important that, okay, these three actors should always be holding hand in hand. That is, the employee, employers, and the government. They should be having good relations among themselves. Okay, see, government, it is a statutory body, right? So what is right and what is wrong, okay, as per the code of conduct, they do follow it, is it? Now here, where does the issue occurs then? Yes, it is always the employer and employee who usually can spoil the industrial relations. Okay, because okay, whenever we consider employees, whenever we consider the employers, okay, if both of them, yes, employee is a natural person, right? And many of the time the employer is also an natural person, right? Okay, so whenever we consider employees as well as employers, okay, being a natural person, yes, their behavior patterns might affect the relations between them, is it? See, whenever we were discussing the concept of employee, okay, what we have considered, yes, this person approaches your organization for what? Yes, this person approaches your organization to satisfy his individual needs. Okay, so whenever he is striving harder, he is making efforts, okay, he is utilizing his 100% efforts, energy, okay, to complete the task which you have allotted to them, and after utilizing his 100% devotion, dedication, okay, efforts, toil, okay, after utilizing all these things, if even though you have completed the task, okay, if that person is not satisfied by the job, what will happen? Okay, if you are asking that person to complete the task within time, okay, efficiently and effectively, yes, and that person also is completing the task with due efficiency and effectiveness, okay, and what you are doing, you are not paying the remuneration which is equal to that job, you are paying less remuneration, or second thing, if you're not respecting that person's work, You are not providing him with the quality of work life. You are not providing him with the facilities which are needed so that that person can effectively and efficiently complete the task which you have allotted to them. Okay, if you are not providing all these things, what will happen? The employee will be dissatisfied with your job. Okay, and when an employee is dissatisfied with the job, yes, it will be reflected into his task, it will be reflected into the work which he is doing, right? Okay, what will happen then? Okay, the reflections will surely affect the productivity, and if the productivity of your product or the productivity of your organization is badly affected, then surely your organization goals will not be achieved. Then yes, if your organization's goals are not achieved, then day by day your organization's progress, growth, development, it will be affected. Okay, if your organization's growth, development, profitability, all these things, they are gradually affected, then what will happen? Yes, surely one day you are supposed to close your organization, you are supposed to close down your business. And was it the motive when to set up the organization then? No. So, okay, if you as an employer, if you're not able to satisfy or provide essential things, essential features to the employee, then what will happen? Yes, surely the thing which we have discussed right now, yes, you are supposed to close down, shut down your businesses. Okay, and this was not the motive of initiating the business, right, or incepting the business. So as an employer, what is your role? Your role is that, okay, to get the assigned work completed. Is it? Is this only the objective? No. What is the another objective then? Yes, the another objective itself is, yes, to ensure that the employee whom you have hired for your organization, that person is also working in proper manner. Okay, getting it? So the third party, and who is the third party? Government, the regulatory and controlling body, right? Okay, see, B being the employees and employers, okay, both of them, they are the part of the society. Okay, to control and regulate the society itself is the motive of government, right? Okay, so if whether there is harmonious working between employers and employee in the organization which is a part of society, okay, ensuring this is the role of government itself. Okay, so the three actors of industrial relations are employees, employer, गव्हर्मेंट. ओके, एम्प्लॉईजला मराठीमध्ये कामगार असं म्हटलं जातं किंवा कर्मचारी असलं म्हटलं जातं. एम्प्लॉयर्स, ओके, त्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचा मालक किंवा त्या बिझनेसचा मालक. ओके, आणि गव्हर्मेंट, गव्हर्मेंट आपल्याला माहिती आहे सरकार, शासन. ओके, so these three actors, they are very important from your organization's viewpoint. Okay, getting it? Then let's see the factors of industrial relations. Okay, there are number of factors who are responsible for the industrial relations. Okay, so good industrial relations, they do depend upon all these factors. Okay, means all these factors, they do play very important role into your industrial relations. Which are these factors? Okay, first we will see the highlights and then we will one by one disclose the factors. Okay, So, good industrial relations, they do depend upon a large number of factors or conditions. Which are this? First one is history of industrial relations in an enterprise. Okay. Then strong trade unions. Then negotiation skills of management and workers. Then economic factors. Then social factors. Then psychological factors. Then public policy and legislation, then off the job conditions, then better education, then business cycles. Okay. So good industrial relations, they do depend upon all these factors. Okay. So let's discuss one by one all these points. First one is history of industrial relations in an enterprise. Okay. Getting it? Industrial relations, yes, the relation between employee and employer into the day to day working of the organization. Is it? Okay. So let's see the factors. So every industry moves ahead with its good or bad history of industrial relations. Okay. See, some of the industries, they might have started long back. Okay. Means 100 years, 50 years, 25 years. Okay. So since long period of time, they might be working. Okay. Harmonious relationship between the workers and management marks the good history of the enterprise. Okay. Means if there is good relationship between the workers and management, then surely the enterprise it flourishes. Okay. While strikes and lockouts characterize the bad history of the business. Okay. Means frequently, okay, if your business has started long back 10 years, and in this 10 years, okay, your company might have entered into strikes and lockout for 10 to 20 times. Okay. See, if you hear about any industry, okay, who is working since 5 to 10 years, and in this 5 to 10 years, okay, the workers or the trade unions, they have made strike or they have entered into strike for 20 to 25 times. Okay, such type of organization will never exist actually. But okay, when you imagine, okay, when you thoroughly think on such type of industry, okay, for example, we are taking or discussing this, but if you think on this, what message do you get? Yes, the message itself is that the company's climate or company's environment, working environment, it is not good. Is it? Okay. So history, good or bad, yes, established ones will take time to change. Okay. Once militancy is established as a code of operations, there is a tendency to continue. If harmonious relationships are established, it will perpetuate. This, however, does not mean that militancy situations cannot be converted into a harmonious relationship or vice versa. Rather, what it means is that probability of peaceful relations is greater where mutual understanding exists, and the probability of conflict is greater when industrial conflicts has been accepted as a normal conduct of business. Okay. So what is the history of your industrial relations? Okay. History of industrial relations in an enterprise, it is very much important. Okay. So it does reflect the work environment or working environment into your organization. Okay, then strong trade unions. Okay, strong trade unions. What it does means, strong and enlightened trade unions help to promote the status of labor without the interest of management. Okay, means if the trade unions which are prevailing into your organization, the trade unions which are prevailing into your organization, if they are strong, then what will happen? Yes, they will regulate, or they might help to make the job environment strong. Trade unions maintain good relations with management and avoid militancy and strikes situation. Enlightened trade unions induce the workers to produce more and persuade the management to pay more. Okay, they mobilize public opinion on vital labor issues and help the government in enacting progressive labor laws. Okay, they develop right kind of leadership, avoid multiplicity of unionism and union rivalry. Hence, a strong, responsible, and enlightened trade union promote healthy industrial relations. Okay, so whenever we consider the trade unions which are prevailing into the organization, okay, if the trade unions they are that strong, then what will happen? Yes, they will help the management to build certain rules which will be favoring the workers or the employees of the organization, and thus it will keep a balance which is needed for maintaining the harmonious and sound industrial relations. Okay, next thing is negotiating skills of management and workers. Okay, well experienced and skillful negotiations create a bargaining environment conducive to the equitable collective arrangement agreements. The representatives of management and workers must recognize the human element involved in collective bargaining process. Both parties must have trust and confidence in each other. They should be able to perceive a problem from the opposite angle with an open mind. A constructive and positive approach from both the parties must be present to honor the agreements in the right spirit. Okay, means, okay, whenever we consider the management and workers, okay, if both the workers as well as the management, they are good at bargaining, okay, they are good at bargaining, then what will happen? Yes, if they are good at bargaining power, okay, the both the parties, if they do have trust on each other, if they do have trust on each other, they do have that much confidence on each other, yes, then what will happen? Okay, everywhere, every time, whenever they are thinking on some of the issues, okay, some of the burning issues related to the organization, both will be having the same viewpoint. Okay, they will, okay, further resolve, solute the problems which the both the parties they are facing rather than conflicting on each other, is it? Then there are certain economic factors. Okay, economic factors, see, economic satisfaction of workers is one of the important conditions for good industrial relations. Okay, reasonable wages and benefits in commensurate with other industries must be paid by the employer. Economic need is the basic survival need of the workers. See, right while we were discussing the three actors of industrial relations, at that time itself, okay, why the employee he works with you, I had explained that reason. Okay, why he works with you? Yes, what is the reason? The reason behind it itself is that, okay, he is supposed to, or he has certain fundamental needs. Okay, to satisfy those needs itself, he has approached to you. He is seeking for the employment opportunities which employment opportunity which you have offered to them. Okay, so considering this itself, that person has chosen your employment opportunity. Is it? Now, as a person, okay, if same person with same designation, or a person having the same type of designation, if is hired into your rival company or into your competitor's company, if that person is getting more compensation, more amount of remuneration. Is it? For example, a is a person who has qualified master's degree, and B is a person who has also qualified master's degree. Okay, if A person is working with a X company and B person is working with Y company. Okay, this is the situation. Okay, for illustration itself we are taking this example. Okay, now A is working with X company and B is working with Y company, right? Okay, now whenever we consider A, okay, A is paid rupees 20,000 by X company, and B is paid rupees 30,000, okay, by the Y company. Okay, now A is given same type of work, is enjoying the same type of designation, okay, and is also working with the same efficiency, okay, with respect to B. Okay, means if we compare A with B, okay, both the person they are working at the equal grounds, okay, having the same kind of designation, having same kind of experience, having same kind of qualification, skills, capability, okay, all these things. Now, if A and B are paid with a difference, see, if both of them, A and B, they are friends, okay, they will meet each other and they will discuss the amount of compensation and remuneration which their company does pay. Okay, now A will surely demand the organization to pay 30,000, right? Okay, now the employer, if the employer, that is X company, they should also consider the pay hike. Why? Because, okay, if you need, or if you think that A should continue working with you because that person is having experience, that person has a good skills into it, okay, due to his skills itself your organization can further flourish. Is it? If you think in this way, then what should you do? Yes, you can, okay, not gradually you can increase 10,000, but likewise sequentially, chronologically you can increase the pay scale. Is it? See, if you increase the pay scale, yes, the employee will be satisfied, right? Okay, so if the employee is satisfied, he will give further 100% devotion towards the work and the task which you have allotted to them, right? Due to this, what will happen? Yes, due to this, okay, surely your organization's goals will be achieved. Is it? Okay, so the trend of your organization's progress, it will go upward, right? Okay, so whenever we consider the factors of industrial relations, economic factors also do govern on the industrial relations. Okay, then social factors. Okay, social factors, yes, man is a social animal, we have heard this, right? Okay, so whenever we consider the social factors such as social values, social groups and social status also influence the industrial relations. The employment relationship is not just an economic contract, but it is a joint venture involving a climate of human and social relationship wherein each party, that is the worker and management, does fulfill his needs and contributes to the needs of others. Okay, the supportive climate is essentially built around social factors. The influence of social factors gets changed with the progress of industrialization. Okay, so whenever we consider the social factors, okay, social values, social groups, and social status, okay, the status which you are enjoying, that is your standard of living, the social group or the community of which you are a part, okay, and the values, that is the social values, okay, which govern your mentality. All these factors, they are very important, is it? So the society in which your upbringing is made, is it, it does have impact on your needs as well as your behavior. Okay, then the psychological factors means something which is related to your mentality. Okay, something which is related to your mentality, your mindset. Okay, the psychological factors such as motivation, morale are very significant determinants of industrial relations. The relationship between workers and the management would be more stable and sure if the needs and expectations of the workers are integrated with the goals of the enterprise. Okay, workers should understand that their interests get further when organization goals are achieved. Cordial and collective relations create an environment which is having power relationship where everyone will be motivated to offer their best towards the achievement and attainment of goals. Okay, so whenever we consider the psychological factors, that is the mental factors of that employee or the employer. Okay, see, both, that is employer as well as employee, both should be knowing that employer is in need of employee and employee is in need of employer, that is the organization. Because, okay, both employee do have needs, okay, and employer also do have needs, okay, and those needs can be satisfied only when, okay, there will be trust, there will be teamwork between each other. Okay, so the psychological factors, they are also that important. Then public policy and legislation. Okay, the regulation of employer and employee relationship by the government is another important factor. Government intervenes the relationship by enacting and enforcing labor laws. Okay, government intervention checks and balances upon the arbitrary management action. It also provides a formal measure to the workers and employers to give emotional release to their dissatisfaction. Timely intervention by the government can catch and solve problems before they become amounting serious. Okay, so the regulation between the employer and employee relationship by the government is also another important factors for the smooth industrial relations. So, what are the policies of the government, whether they are supporting the relations or they will be affecting the relations, it is also important. Okay, then of the job conditions, living conditions of workers are also important. The industry appoints the whole person. His personal and home life is inseparable from his work life. His personal optional conditions do affect on his efficiency and productivity. So, of the job conditions of workers must be taken care of and improved to develop good industrial relations at the workplace. Okay, so where does the worker live? Okay, from what is his personal and home life? Okay, because carrying his personal life itself, he does approaches your organization, it can badly affect the efficiency and productivity. Okay, so of the job conditions of the workers must be taken care and improved, so that okay, it will never affect your industrial relations. Okay, then better education. Industrial workers in Indian are generally okay illiterate ones. They can be easily misled by the trade union leaders who have their self-interest. Workers must be properly educated to understand the prevailing industrial environment. They must have a problem-solving approach and a capability to analyze the things in the right perspective. They must be aware of their responsibility towards the organization and the community at large. Okay, so you should be providing better educations in the sense related to industrial policy, related to your industry. Okay, you should create an awareness within the workers or employees of your organization, so that okay, it will surely yes build up your industrial relations. Then the business cycles. Industrial relations are good when there is boom and prosperity all round. Okay, levels of employment go up, wages rise, and the workers are more happy in the prosperity period. But during recessions, there is decline in the wages and fall in the employment level. Such recessionary conditions mars the good industrial relations. Thus, business cycles also do influence the existence of healthy industrial relations. Okay, so to sum up the lecture itself, okay, so whenever we conclude the industrial relations, your industrial relations, they are okay exposed, or they can be affected by all these factors. Okay, it might be affected by the social conditions, it might be affected by the mentality of the person, it might be affected by the cultural factors, it might be affected by the yes, if your employee is not motivated properly, then also it will be affected. Okay, if the of the job conditions, they are not positive, then also that can be affected. Okay, if your business cycles, okay, if you are not in the prosperity stage, yes, you will not be able to pay your workers properly, you will not be able to take care of your workers properly. It will also affect the industrial relations, right? Okay, so all these factors, they do contribute, or they can influence as well as they can stimulate your industrial relations. So with this, we do conclude today's lecture. Thank you.